Yeah.
all around.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Howdy. Hello.
Hello, Spaceship Earth.
Testing in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Testing.
Sounds like it works.
I think
What
we're
is
good.
this?
The levels are good.
Is
I've
this-
seen some greens.
Is this,
When you see green in audio, everything's good.
is this Strangers of Eden?
What's Strangers of Eden?
It's Final Fantasy Origins.
Oh, the Origin.
Strangers of Paradise.
Strangers of Paradise, yeah. This is the prequel. Final Fantasy 13.
X111.
Yeah.
I like
love
the
this-
art. I like that art.
The art's good. I love this intro song.
Yeah, that sounds good so far.
There's some good music in this game.
We got little credits at the bottom. Tetsuya Nomura. He didn't direct this. He just was the character designer.
Yeah.
I've never played this.
I have. I got it at launch. I went to the midnight launch for this game. 2010.
Really?
Yep. I think it was March of 2010. I was a wee little lad, 19 years old.
In 2010, I think I wasn't really playing any games. I think I had
This
was on my.
probably be a good time to check out.
I
would
checked
say.
out 2010 to 2012.
You checked out at the best time and came back
Yeah.
at the best time. So,
Yeah.
but welcome. We are the Dweeb Bros. We stream some games, talk over some games, and maybe we do some devious licks. Have you seen that on TikTok? The new trend?
What's a devious lick?
Kids in high school are like taking the soap dispenser and they're like stealing them, or like things from the bathroom, and they're like, I got the most devious lick, and it's like things you've stolen. So like it uses the same song, and then they open up their backpack and there's soap dispensers in there, and like toilet paper dispensers, and people have been stealing the entire stall doors, and
Kids are crazy, man.
yeah, but
Kids are crazy.
I've been cracking up at just so what's been really funny, I'm just a little rascal, so I love this, but other people are up in arms. But so all this has happened, all it is theft. Like they're like taking things,
They're stealing stuff.
they're stealing things. But it's been very funny though. There have been multiple I have liked. They have been recording, like, you know, the announcements and stuff. Well, they have special announcement. The principal comes on there, and I've seen like 10 of these. All right, students, listen up. This is Principal Johnny. We're going to be talking today about the Devious Lick Challenge. And they keep calling this up. Somebody called it a gamer challenge. One of the principals says TikTok gamer challenge.
Oh, my Lord.
But we will prosecute. We will find you. We will check the cameras and stuff.
Oh
But
my
I just
God.
love chaos like that. But it is theft. But hey, I think under 18, you're allowed to do crazy stuff.
That is like the classic.
Just go crazy.
That's the classic school threat. We will check the cameras.
Yeah.
Because when I was if you were ever in school, you know how you would eat lunch and the other people would eat lunch. You'd be
Yeah.
in the gym. Well, we were in the gym. It was like rec or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we got in trouble. So they told us, it's like there were 200 of us. They sat us on the bleachers. Said you have to be quiet.
Yeah.
And somebody kept whistling. And they said, "Who's whistling?" They started pointing, "Who's whistling?" People start laughing. Stop laughing. Stop. They start whistling again. Said, "We're gonna look on the cameras for
Yeah.
who's whistling." And that has always stuck with me. We're gonna
Yeah.
look at the most empty thread of all time. We're gonna look on the cameras in 2008 and find out who's whistling.
Yeah, who's whistling? Who's the one whistling? But yeah, I eat that stuff up. But it's also I thought it was. I think it's so ridiculous that they're just stealing the soap dispensers, and other people are like, "This is ridiculous. I wish I could go back to when I was in high school." Blah blah. I was like, "You had your own fricked up thing.
Yeah.
You like pants the principal."
Yeah, there's
Shut
always
up.
something stupid.
It's always something stupid. So enough of the shenanigans. We're gonna play something mature. We're playing Final Fantasy 13.
Boobies.
We're gonna go into easy mode. Actually,
What did you play this on originally?
I played this on normal. There is one boss that I got stuck on, and I could not beat it, and I had to put the game away for a couple of months and come back to it. Hate when that happens with a game, because you're like, I cannot move forward. It was a boss where every time you like would get it down to a certain HP, it would maybe do this attack that would take down all
Yeah.
your HP and kill everybody. And I literally couldn't figure out. It was killing everyone, and I was looking online like, how do you stop it? And like now the internet's better at telling you. Wait, I probably could find something now. But when this game came out,
it was just
when you're playing it
bad
live, there's not
advice.
that much strategy.
Yeah.
Yet. That's the only bad part about playing like these games.
Some
right
of
now.
these Final Fantasy games, especially those bosses, they'll do these wipe mechanics, and you have to cast like a
and you
certain
can change
buff.
the difficulty.
You have to cast a certain buff on everybody right before they do it, and it's actually pretty tricky.
So I remember like that's the one sucky thing about harder games. Like if you're playing them live when they come out, there's not a lot of strategy or YouTube videos.
So
and I don't even think YouTube was really at that time big with gameplay videos at the time.
Yeah. So
It was still in its infancy.
a while ago, I was interested because I'm trying to play through all the final. I should watch this, I guess.
With the beginning of the end.
13.
This game is notorious for having the most asinine names of everything.
Yeah, I was gonna make a comment on that. I guess I can kind of do it right now.
I remember the Lassie, and that's all I remember.
So
There's crazy names.
I have this game for PS3, and I found it the other day in my garage. So I opened it up and started flipping through the manual, and I was reading it's like a terms and not like all these different names, and I was going to all these characters, and I was like, this is very high concept.
Yeah.
And then I kind of read a little bit. People said that the game just kind of throws you in, and they don't really explain a lot of that. It's just there.
There was no what was it, Kingslayer or whatever anime
Yes,
had to make entire anime in Final Fantasy 15.
Best of luck.
These textures look phenomenal.
Dude, when this came out, and I wonder how I'm gonna feel now because I haven't seen this game in like 10 years, but the graphics of this game, when they were even like showing it in magazines and stuff, it was like, oh my gosh, this is the best of it ever.
Well, yeah, these cinematics still
The
look
cinematics,
good.
yeah, are still incredible.
You alright? I'm not a Lassie.
See, it's like L apostrophe
Got a chicken in his head.
CIE. Lightning's a cool character design.
Yeah, I like her design so far. So we've got a little bit of Star Wars shenanigans breaking into the train. This, I think, is the E3. Wasn't this the E3 reveal? I remember her flipping around
Something
shooting
in like
guns.
tunnel. They're in like a tunnel thing, is what I remember.
for them.
But this could have been. I can't.
This is a tunnel.
Oh, but there's like glass. There's like glass around it. Maybe they get to it. Like,
Okay.
I just remember that looking incredible. Like,
That? Different? This looks pretty good.
yeah.
I'm liking this opening so far.
Lightning kind of reminds me of Cloud too. I think they kind of play into that. And I think even in Lightning, in one of the sequels, they give you a Cloud costume or some of those DLC. They
I
did
could see that.
put on there, so.
Give me that.
Give me that.
So far, I'm really digging this.
So this game rightfully gets hate for being the most fun parts about these RPGs, like kind of going off on the path and finding stuff over here.
I got a comment on that.
But this game is notorious for being you're walking in a straight path for a majority of it. There's one kind of open area, and that's it.
But here's the problem I have with that is I watched a video about how this game gets that criticism, but Final Fantasy X also is basically a hallway the whole time.
Sure, but 10 had towns. This doesn't have any
This doesn't have any
This doesn't
towns,
have
so
any
that's
towns.
the difference.
Yeah, so you're allowed
Look
to
at
like
that
walk into
freaking
different
thing.
areas, but there is nothing like that at all in the entire game. But even with that criticism, I am on Team Final Fantasy 13 because the battle system is very good.
I like these things. Yeah.
The battle system has a rhythm to it, and we'll talk about it when we get into it. But it's unlike any other RPG I've ever played, and it gets really fun.
This throws me back when you'd have the disconnect, but it still looks good.
Yeah,
But you don't get that anymore now.
Yeah, you
People
don't.
pretty much do their cutscenes in engine.
Yeah,
like
they
this
do
is.
most of it in engine. Even Final Fantasy VII Remake goes. There's 2 points when they go into pre-rendered, and it's like it's so great looking when it's in game.
This is an interesting opening because you have normally you fight a little bit of like dreglings or little men, and then you fight the first little boss. So this is reminding me of the fight in Final Fantasy VII when you're trying to run away from the place that's blowing up and you're getting attacked by the big machine.
Yeah.
Ooh, this looks cool. Okay.
Active time battle tutorial.
Okay.
Gotta learn.
This looks like it runs really well.
Let's review the tutorial.
Okay, so your ATB fills, then you can do stuff.
Yeah. Action when expending charged ATB segments. What's up, Tara? 410.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, add 10 to your name. Then what is it? Get it?
410?
Yeah, add 10 to that.
41010? For
Add
10?
add 10 to 410.
420. I said 41010. For 1010.
Tara's like, you guys are high. What's up, Tara? Welcome. So you can input entire strings of commands. So yeah, they have the two things. You can have different commands. You can kind of stack at once, or you can put them all at once.
Okay.
Select auto battle, the chaos set of commands tailored to your situation. So that's where it gets fun. He said it's Terra 410. All right, not Terra 420. We're gonna call you Terra 410. Description of each command on display. No, like auto battle. Two attacks have been selected, so yeah, they're just gonna auto just attack, and it tells you what you're gonna do there. Nice, okay. Lightning and Saz.
It's a mana vision. So I also think I see the percentage. That is something they use in Final Fantasy VII Remake, the getting them to stagger.
Yes.
And did that start here?
Yeah, I think this was one of the... And I feel like these JRPGs have these kind of flows. They kind of copy off each other and stuff. So I don't know if this is the first one, but definitely, yeah, now I'm looking at it. It's one of the early ones that... Xenoblade Chronicles has a staggering system. I don't know if it's percentage-based stuff, but there's like, you're trying to fill the meter. And...
Okay.
So yeah, right around the same time, because that was 08 that came out? Or 2010, I can't remember. It might have been...
Is this thing an Elsie? The sea?
I forgot what it was saying.
This game gets a lot of criticism for its voice acting. So
I like the
far,
characters.
so far it seems fine.
Heads up.
This thing won't give up.
I just love that little tiny chocobo chick is in his afro. That's where
It's
like it
so
comes out,
ridiculous.
and goes back in. I love this music.
Is this the standard battle music or the
Yeah.
boss music?
I can't remember if it's...
Wave cannon. So you're hitting attack when it
I'm
fills
just
up?
auto battling right now, but
Can you run around? Are you running
there's a
around?
blitz.
Can you move yourself to different places?
No.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, they just kind of jump back. Yeah, they're in different places. I forgot that. They just kind of like end up.
And you can't control Saz. He's just chilling.
Yeah, I think at this time. Oh, I just hit like.
Is that like an inspect?
What's up, Sam? Sam says this is one of my favorite games. Nice to see someone playing it. Sam,
Welcome, Sam.
I am with you, Sam. We stand with you. This game gets a lot of hate, sometimes rightfully so, but it's a fun game, and I really enjoy this. I'm a defender.
You're getting eviscerated right now. I've never seen this game. Like, I've never watched it before, so
I
I'm
gotta use the
kind of
potion.
enjoying it.
I might die here. Okay, we're back.
Terra 410, Final Fantasy is a game I never really got into. The beauty of Final Fantasy, if it makes you feel any better, Terra, I never played any of them until probably 3 or 4 years ago. 5 years ago. But the beauty of the series is they have so many different games that really play differently, and I think everybody should play at least one of them.
Yeah.
I think that there's probably one that is
Play the one that looks cool to you, because
yeah.
they each have a different kind of thing going for
Always
them.
a different story, different
like-
world, its own thing. Always different, little bit of a different battle system, especially as you get later.
Aren't you supposed to protect
Yeah, this game still looks
civilians?
good.
Yeah, I think this looks great.
I mean, you are.
You gotta think this came out
aren't you?
10 years ago too. Like, wow.
What are you doing
It is
trying to
pretty
stop the
wild.
purge? Why don't you tell me that?
No, and we are playing in 4K resolution. I
You
would
know,
say, but-
in 2010, they made this game for PC and they gave it 60 frames. It is inexcusable nowadays when people like Japanese developers release games on PC and like lock them to 30 and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Chocobo, you just can't catch a break, can you? Yeah, that's a good question.
Sam says, I think negatives are probably true, but the game Hanging Edge has aged so well throughout the years whilst others have depreciated. It's funny how that happens sometimes. You know what, Sam? I played Final Fantasy 15 this year, and I really didn't like it. And just 5 minutes of watching this, I'm like, oh, I like this a lot. This is cool. So I am very interested to play this. It's fun watching it.
Possess an advanced digital journal known as a data log. Whenever the data log records a new entry, notice will appear.
Tara, Zach is playing this on PC through the Steam port.
Ooh, I need to switch the camera.
It really looks good.
Whenever it tells me, like, do you want it inverted? Do you want this? Like, I need to.
Oh, yeah.
I always
I like those character
set up.
portraits. Is it just 2 people in your party the whole time?
No. Get more. Well, how do you like to play? Inverted? I like to play if I'm third person. It's
If I
gotta
hit
be-
up, I want it to go up.
Yeah. Yeah. If I'm third person
Yeah.
and, you know. The only time I want inverted is if I'm flying a plane. I gotta
Yep.
be flying a plane in the game. to
Yeah,
be
Ace
going.
Combat, I think I invert it.
That's the time it feels good.
You gotta play Ace Combat.
I do.
They're Metal Gear plane games. They're amazing.
Oops.
It's a mess is what this is.
Sam said, I've played Final Fantasy 15 twice, but funnily enough, I had the same viewpoint both times. I'm supposed to be some important character, but I'm just an errand boy for random people. It annoyed me. Yeah, that is a good way of summing it up. You just, every chapter, the reasons why you're doing this or
So,
that
yeah, also
become
you run up
even
to
more
battles.
flimsy. Okay, you run up to the battles, and
Yeah.
it's in the same environment. That's pretty cool.
I do like how they kind of free roam. You don't have control quite yet.
Yeah,
Um,
this is a good in-between, as
Yeah.
they were starting to find their footings
now,
of 3D
what I do find
environments.
weird is 12 came out and it did let you kind of move around, but it still was like, they did change a little bit.
12 was a very similar combat system to the MMO.
Yeah. Yeah. It just
So-
feels like an MMO.
Yeah.
What do you suppose this is?
Now, what are the specs on your PC?
Well, I got the same computer as you do.
What are my specs?
So you got,
Like it's like an i9. I think
Is
we
it?
have an i9 processor, and then a 2080 Super.
yeah.
2080 Super NVIDIA card,
I do know 2080 Super.
and like probably 16 gigs of RAM. I might have 32. I think my buddy gave me some extra RAM.
He gave you a little extra
Little
in his
boost.
pocket.
The main thing is it's got a modern processor and it's got a 2080 Super.
Can we run Windows 11?
I actually don't know. I think so, because I think it's a specific thing that you need on your motherboard. That is really funny though, because I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
I think Windows 11 looks really cool. I'd like to get Windows 11, but it's just not a priority at the moment. All right, Tara, do you have a PC, or are you looking to build a PC? Sam, just a question. How will you guys be streaming this? How will you guys be streaming this? Every day, or I'm in the UK and it's 12:21 at the moment, so I'm just wondering, I'd like to follow the stream if I may.
We just kind of bounce around different games.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we come back, if like we're enjoying something, we might
Yeah.
come back up.
Yeah.
But we jump around every week. This show is kind of called Hangouts, so we just have a buddy over. We have people over. If there's a game people are really into, or something from their childhood to play, or newer games. So
Yeah.
we may continue this. I jump around. Like we just played BioShock. I might come back into that, play a
Yeah.
little more. Depends who comes over. So
It's happened a few times where we start with a hangout and then you kind of end up playing more. This is a pretty long one.
yeah.
Now, I will say, if you're interested in like full impressions, are you going to continue playing this all the way through? Do you plan on?
I might. So what I've done before too is I might play a little bit on my own if I want to like keep playing and check something out, and I might jump back in the stream and stream it again. So
Yeah.
if people keep, if you're in the comments, if you're in the whatever, I might jump back in. I think I also will play stuff if people keep asking me about it. Like,
Yeah, because I'm kind of debating. This looks like fun. This would be a fun game to sit down and play.
so Sam, if you keep jumping in the
I
live
wanna
chat,
play this.
remind me, request this, and I'll jump back in, play some more.
Terra 410. I want an RTX 360. Oh, you do have a PC, but it's broken. Yeah, that's rough. What's broken on it, and an RTX, the 30 series cards are really nice. The 3060 is definitely a good card.
How did you even get one, dude?
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
I
I think
did
they
see that,
want
like,
they
that,
want a
like,
3060.
Like some PC stores and stuff, I'm not sure where they're located at, did like a ticket system. You had to come, wait in line somewhere, and get a ticket.
So here's something that I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something. So I see a lot of people say, "Oh, PlayStation and these guys." It's not as relevant for the graphics cards, but you know, it's hard to get a PlayStation right now because
Yeah.
these scalpers buy them, and there's just limited supply
Yeah.
anyway. Well, I see some people say, "Well, Sony doesn't care if the scalpers buy the PS5. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care." I don't think that's true, and here's why. They sell them at a loss.
Yeah.
It's a loss leader, so then somebody gets into their ecosystem and will go into their store and spend money on games.
Yeah.
Right? If somebody can't get a PS5 because the scalper has it sitting on a shelf, they're not buying games.
Yeah.
So that's bad for Sony. And if somebody does buy from the scalper, they're paying $200 to $400 additional dollars just to get the box.
Yeah.
That's $200 to $400 that can't go into Sony's store.
But they are at least, I think it's a lose-lose situation
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
terrible for them,
But
right?
they are getting people buying games for the system, so they are. getting
Who's buying
software.
games for the system?
The people that, even if they're buying from a scalper, they have to buy. They're
No,
going to buy a game from them.
well, they will, but they've already spent $200 to get the box.
Sure.
It eats into the available funds to go into the ecosystem of the store.
I don't
It's
know.
very
If-
bad for
If you're
them.
paying $1,000 for PS5s, I think you got extra couple bucks in your pocket though.
You may, but I think that there's definitely volume on shelves that is now they've paid the money. Sony is funding the scalpers.
Yeah.
Sony is at a loss, so the scalpers can sit them on shelves. If I was Sony, I would be extremely, and that's why they have the PlayStation Direct or whatever that thing is, where they can sell based on your
Yeah.
PSN. I would be putting my thumb on the retailers, like, you need to figure out a system that works, because this is our ticket. Like, you basically have to buy a $500 box to even have the ability to buy games from us.
Yeah.
So don't sell the box to people that are going to put them on shelves for a year.
So
It's a terrible
another thing with
situation.
this game is, as you can see, I'm like just hitting auto battle right now.
Yeah.
It does pick up when you get magic, and like there's these different systems that come into play. It's very simplistic for this first little bit.
Preemptive strike.
The other thing with the PS5 is they did just announce a new version of the PS5. Did you see that? There is a new version where they shrank the heatsink. Like some of the components, they item usage. Sorry, I do.
It's like slightly different
Yeah.
components. Yeah.
So that actually came out, but then what was really, ironic about all this, okay, we're going to fix the system and get more out. They did that, and now the version that was released is actually, it runs cooler, our launch PS5s. So now people up the price on those. We're selling this for the great version, it's like on eBay, it's like good version, the non-hot version, like, because they're going to run a little hotter, a little loud. But I think they're quieter than newer versions, or a little quieter. I'm not sure.
Hey, best decision I made was getting a launch PS5.
But isn't that funny that all these, like, I'm not sure about the PS4, but the PS3 and the PS5 launch consoles are the best ones. Because remember the PS3 launch, you could play PS1, PS2, and PS3 games.
Yeah.
And they took it away. And now it's going to run a little hotter. I don't know if that's going to affect stuff. It might
Well,
still be okay.
I'm telling you right now, when they do a PS5 Pro, I bet it's very possible to go digital only.
I think they'll do digital only.
Now that I'm only buying digital for my PS5, I'm preferring that.
Yeah.
I love being able to jump between games. Motherboard, I'm going to get a Ryzen 5 5600X and a 16 gigabyte DDR4. I've heard good things about these Ryzens. People are big fans of the Ryzen.
Do we turn back?
There's no time.
Then what do you suggest we do?
Quiet.
We still kind of don't know who they are, correct?
Hey,
Levitating.
wait! No, don't leave me!
Let go.
The hell no, you're my only way out of here!
So this is kind of interesting. Like, if you compare it to Final Fantasy VII, like, they're in the middle of a mission for that also, but they kind of, like, And there's more characters, so
Yeah.
there's more opportunity for exposition, but like they're dropping more exposition, whereas this is pretty light in terms of what the overarching thing is so far.
Yeah.
And these skyboxes and stuff are cool.
Yeah, I remember, like, look at that. For a 2010, like, all I would do with this game when I played on the PS3,
Yeah.
and we were playing the 4K 60, PC, whatever, but this is what my eyes saw back in 2010, like, what it looked like then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just turn around and, like, I'd spend a lot of the game just doing this.
Isn't it funny how you would do that on like a literal tube TV? Like, I don't know what you
I
were
had
playing
an
on.
HD then. I had an HD TV in 2010. I got my first HD in 2000. I want to say 6, maybe 7.
Now you're playing this in 4K right now, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks good.
I'm running away. I'm not. So later on, I don't even know if we'll get to this part of the combat. But what happened is you can get, I think, 4 party members at once that you can control or auto battle, whatever. Because is it? I think it's letting me. Let me control what? No, just lighting right now. But what will happen is you can control them. You also can just control yourself. Oh, I need to freaking help.
I like how this game heals you after battles.
Yes, that was when that came out. That was the first. Now that was the first of its kind, I think, that did that, and I really
Oh
enjoyed
god,
that.
it saved you so much time.
Because why do I have to manage that every time, and I have to use magic and stuff? Like the challenge should be the battle.
Yeah.
Like the challenge shouldn't be okay. Now you have to replenish your health. That's really boring managing that time and time again. So yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, you were the person did that.
It's a good
So the
change.
point where every game after that, I get so pissed if I have to like cure myself. And,
That's how Final Fantasy VII Remake was, wasn't it? Or did it not heal you?
Well, it was more seamless. Like you're like fighting on the battlefield, and you immediately keep like going. It's like
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I think. I can't remember. Does it heal you?
If you're in the chat and you played Final Fantasy VII Remake, remind us if that game heals you after a battle or not.
I go the wrong way.
Because I'm not sure.
Whoops. I'm lost. I'm going straight line.
Hey, maybe it is a little more exploration based than you thought.
Okay, here's a save point. We're gonna save.
The Fires of Fate.
Seems to be in working order.
Activate.
Activate.
Activate my trap card. Did you see they are releasing Kaiba? He had, I guess in the show, I don't remember this, he had a Yu-Gi-Oh! For those that are watching.
Yeah.
I don't know. He had a suitcase,
Mm-hmm.
and in the suitcase he had that. I do remember that. The
Jack
three,
and all
the,
his,
yeah, the three
the
blue
god
eyes.
cards, yeah.
Yeah,
Or the three blue eyes.
Blue eyes. They're releasing that in a limited
Like it's a case, and then
and then you open up the case and it has those 3 and like a plaque, and then but when you open the bottom, like look at under that, you can fit. It was like 750 cards you can put in there or whatever has room for.
Yu-Gi-Oh's coming back, man. I
want to battle in some Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'll battle you in some Yu-Gi-Oh. I love Yu-Gi-Oh.
Deportees, are we?
Who's this guy?
Weapons down. I hate for this to turn ugly.
Turn ugly?
He wants to kill us without a fight.
Time's up.
Time's up. Attack chain tutorial.
A lot of tutorials back in this day.
Yeah, it was tutorial heaven. This chain attack chain. First select auto battle or attack. Okay. See the bar displayed beneath your target thing. This thing is the chain gauge. Keep an eye on the chain gauge. Strike. Okay. See the chain gauge. When you attack an enemy, the chain gauge fills, hit home, and the percentage beneath increases. This percentage is called the chain bonus. The more times you hit an enemy, the more damage it will take from subsequent attacks. Continue pummeling the Psycom Marauder. Boosts the chain.
So you gotta get to 130.
get staggered. Oh, Sans this guy. Okay, he's close. Staggered. Alright. Once the chain gauge is full, one further blow will stagger your foe. Staggered enemy takes great damage when attack. Chain attacks is staggered powerful. It's essential to defeating would be aware, however, that an enemy's chain gauge begins to drain the moment it is staggered.
Get your hits in. Get him, Zaz.
Saz.
Zaz.
You got it. We gotta kill him for his stagger. What's interesting is he's still attacking. Like other games when they're staggered,
Yeah, they're like down on their knees.
Yeah. This guy's like, I'm staggered. I'm freaked out, but there he goes.
Nice.
But where this game really starts to stack all the fun stuff is you'll get 4 party members and it'll be like, hey, there's this enemy. You'll get into a boss fight, especially. They have like strategies.
Yeah.
Okay, when they got this pose, they're only susceptible to magic. Okay, let's go all magic and 1 healer. We need a person healing because that 1 attack takes us out. And you get to choose that. There's like all these formations you can choose, and you can just select. And then, okay, he's changed form. He's going all physical. You just hit over and you select that other formation, and it loads that next formation.
That's cool.
So you just get in a habit of doing that. You're like managing. Okay, health. I need to switch back over to this form.
Yeah.
Let's go all magic. Let's go all out. Okay, we need to back off in defensive mode. Everybody needs to defend. Like,
got it.
You're kind of just watching the flow of the battle, and as long as you're planning that, like you're hitting the right. Like, oh, you're getting the stagger at the good time. You're getting. And that is awesome. And that's a lot of people missed that when it launched. People just crapped on the game for being. I think people got tunnel vision on it being kind of a linear. I mean, the graphics everybody agreed was cool, but the battle system is very good. It's very.
It sounds like it's pretty deep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no stranger paradise.
Oh yeah, Pulse and the Lassie.
Well, then she just called it Falsey.
Yep, and then there's the Falsey.
We're getting some Kojima vibes from all the turns. This is reminding me of Metal Gear Solid 4, like, in terms of, like, the cinematics when they're talking. I don't know why. When they're having conversations.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy X a little bit, too. Like, all these, some of the designs of this.
That's one I still need to play, too.
Yeah, they're called paradigms. Sam mentioned the best thing about paradigms is that they actually matter. If you mess them up, you'll lose quite easily against many enemies, especially against every boss. Yeah, if you're not, those are called paradigms. That's what I meant when I was talking about the different phases.
Got it.
So like you have this character doing magic, you got this guy doing attack.
Here's Troy Baker.
Oh yeah, one of his early roles before he was a household name.
What's our motto?
The army's no match for Nora.
That a boy.
This and what did Troy Baker do? He did. Was it one of the Uncharted's? Because it's
I'm not sure about Uncharted.
He didn't do. What was the guy? Nolan North did Drake.
Well, in Uncharted 4, I think he did the other brother. Is that right?
Yeah.
Sam?
But when did I thought he did something else?
He did a lot of things. He did. He was in
BioShock Infinite.
He was in Spec Ops: The Line.
It's over. It's all over.
He was in The Medium.
Look at this guy. I think his name is Snow.
Yep, that's right. That's what the manual said. I don't want to die.
It's over. It's all over.
It's over. All right, Snow. Get that USB drive. Oh, that's kind of cool. So is this chapter 2?
I'm not sure. I want to go home. Ah! Can I talk to you? No.
This is kind of.
Oh, like maybe at the bottom. It just said it looked like I wanted to talk.
This is kind of like a town.
Cool town.
It's all over.
Now, see, that is one thing that I didn't play Final Fantasy 13-2, and in the chat,
This is crazy.
if you played 13-2 and Lightning Returns is the third one.
Really? Can I?
I have not played those, but I heard 13-2 adds towns,
You can save them all.
which I thought was pretty cool.
That's even worse.
I think if this would have had towns, I think people would have maybe treated it a little better at launch, but not having that was kind of a bummer. Like, when you want to buy stuff, it's just a cube. Like, you know the save things, you go up to it, and that's the town. Like, you're buying weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of lame.
We got nothing on
But I think it's not just Final Fantasy 13 that got affected. Every Japanese studio could not figure out HD.
Yeah.
That HD era from like PS3 through 60, and they talk about it like they struggled to like figure out the pipeline for that because
Well,
it required a ton of manpower and hiring people and figuring it out. Like,
well, so much of their focus has always been, especially Square Enix, on the visuals, that I think that they got a little drunk on just how do we make this look amazing,
Yeah.
and it does look amazing.
Yeah, it holds up.
But I don't think that the requisite amount of effort went into how do we make satisfying turn-based combat and all the other pieces. Well, especially with Sakaguchi not involved.
Yeah.
I think Sakaguchi stopped being involved after 9, right? So
Yeah.
it's 10,
Maybe 8.
He was involved in 9.
He was.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was his baby. Yeah, 9 was like his send off. 10 was the first one, I think the very first one, not directed or executive produced by him. Actually, he executive produced him, but he did not direct or write it. I think that's what it was.
Sam says you can only talk to someone when the little icon pops up when you're done. I saw the icon that said talk, but I couldn't. I didn't know what button to press.
Dang, he's got big old fists. I like that jacket.
Yeah, the jacket looks sick. I'm gonna buy that jacket. Rating, what? 3 out of 5? Give me a 5 out of 5.
But the jacket doesn't have the thing outside of the combat.
Hey, what happened?
What?
It's weird. It's a plot hole.
He's got a battle jacket.
Battle jacket.
No more.
Can you imagine going to war with that kid?
There are soldiers
And this girl with
everywhere.
like no shirt.
Everybody else has a big jacket. He's got a furry jacket.
Cool.
It's kind of come back. You see the guns.
Cool rebellion.
Guns blazing.
Hey.
Yeah, everybody looks
That's
cool
not
in this
fair.
rebellion.
Real heroes don't need plans.
I like how their HP is question mark.
No one knows how much
They're
they
definitely
got.
not major characters. Spoiler alert. They're just here.
Oh yeah!
He's got his battle jacket. Why isn't
What
that
is
out?
that?
Is that a glitch? Why is that not outside of the battle? I don't know.
That's gotta be a glitch.
Heroes don't need plans. That's why New York City inevitably gets destroyed.
Same plan
It's
as
every
always.
Avengers movie.
Hit him hard, hit him again.
That's pretty true. It's a good one. What's the best line from this game?
None stick out. One thing that is notorious, and I almost used it in our tweet when I was saying that we were live, but I forgot it's from Lightning Returns. It's not from this game. The notorious, and I haven't even played the game, there is a dog that is, they just didn't finish the design of it. It's all polygons, and like, we'll pull it up maybe at the end. That'll be the send-off as the dog.
It'd be fun to do some tier ranking of Final Fantasies.
Oh, it's a lot to go through. I actually did make a list of my favorites.
Don't you kids go falling behind now.
Yeah, the fricked up dog is in there. That's how they ended the trilogy.
Well,
Whoever
it was
did
like
that dog,
Evangelion. That like by the end, it was just like concept art they put up on the screen.
It goes black and white. Whoever designed that dog designed that door upon its own remake.
It's just the same.
Didn't they finally?
It's just the
they
same
fixed
intern
it?
just shuffling to different assignments. from
Didn't you
game
say
to
they
game.
finally fixed it in the PS5 version or something?
I haven't seen it personally, but I hear they did fix the door. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. When I
Yeah,
went back
this
on
is-
hard mode and the door was still messed up, I said, this was just not fixed. They just shipped
It's the
game.
only door you stare at in the
But
game.
what's so funny is that game looks incredible, and like it's the one negative thing everybody talks about.
You all okay?
Fix the door. Fix the dog. They never fix the dog.
The fact that it was just that specific door really makes you think, though, that it was something they couldn't figure out. It must have been just maddening.
We have to ship. The door is still like
The door
it's
is
so
still messed up.
and it's
You know
prominent.
they
It's
had
prominent.
you
Like,
know they had a staff meeting every week, and somebody had to give the update on the door.
they had it
Daryl,
fixed,
where are we
and
at on the door?
They probably had one strategy and it worked, and then one of the QA testers, hey, I broke the door again. If you just walk up this way, it breaks
then.
every time.
Volunteers front and center.
This also reminds me of Final Fantasy X. You haven't played it, but this game kind of opens on a bridge area and the place is getting fricked up or whatever. But
Count me in.
they're trying to
Take care now.
maybe get some nostalgia sparked.
Yeah.
So,
I was
Maybe
definitely
that's why I really was connected to this one.
I was definitely getting a 7 vibe at the beginning, and then this, I guess that makes sense, a 10 vibe.
Got a 10 vibe.
I like the character designs
You got it.
for most of them. Like Snow's school. This girl seems cool.
Sam gives us a good quote from this game. He said, "Life spark shines on once freed from its fleshy shroud."
Mom's
Oh.
That is said by a particular character. It's indicative. The true aspect of a person is within their body.
Last one, boss.
Just cover. Thank you,
Pretty
Sam.
good. I like that.
All right, last
That's
one.
good.
Somebody take it.
You know who says that? That little chocobo.
The little chocobo says it.
That's the only quote from the chocobo.
Oh, give this kid a gun. That's great.
Shove the shove. Keep him safe.
First impression of snow? Oh,
All right, lay low and you'll be fine. We'll clear out the area.
Child soldiers. Nice.
This is the prequel of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I feel like in the trail, I didn't watch more. I watched like the first two, maybe one or two Metal Gear Solid 5, but they did make that a big deal, like
Yeah.
the child soldier stuff. That shows up like for one, like
I think
feel like only
I
one
think
level.
it
they were
got I think it got scaled back. I think
Yeah.
it was a little taboo.
Yeah, and didn't they say that they were gonna go? Then they said this game's gonna go on a controversial subject or
Yeah.
something like that, and I think that was one of them. And maybe
Well-
they slapped his little
Well,
wrist.
in the mission with the child soldiers, you could knock them out. That's all you could do. You couldn't shoot them,
Yeah.
but you could knock them out.
We're not losing to SciComm, you hear me?
this'll be a piece of cake.
We're not losing to SciComm.
The scope and scale of Metal Gear Solid 5 is so wild.
Yeah.
Like the Afghanistan stuff that you end up getting to go do, and
Don't want to make their job any easier.
Hey, can I run past all these?
Oh, what could have been?
Oh. Speed run. Alright, we're speed running. Thanks for joining us, guys. Alright, you're supposed to hit this guy. Did you see that there was a brand new, speaking of Metal Gear, there was a brand new exploit, like speedrunning exploit, for Metal Gear Solid 1.
What's the skip?
At first it was like it just happened by accident. This like streamer, she was streaming and was going up this elevator and did something weird. I don't know what it was. Like she got near this elevator, like you're going up these stairs or whatever, and I don't know if she threw a C4 or did something weird, and it skipped the whole the whole thing or whatever. And that was like a
Wow.
whole brand new skip. So people were freaking out watching her because they were like, that's brand new. And then they had to like recreate it. Somebody found it out on the book.
I like watching YouTube videos that will like sum up the speedrunning history of
Summoning
this game.
Salt.
Yeah, that's great because it's just
I
cool
love
to
those.
see how it progresses over time.
Yeah. Sam says there's an item back there you missed. Unless you did it on purpose. Yeah, I was trying to speedrun it.
Horizon Zero Dawn stuff right
Yeah,
there. I don't
Horizon
like
Zero
the
Dawn,
character
I thought-
design of the guy on the right. I don't know. He's
Well, I'm just gonna let you know they're not around for a while. I don't know what happens to them. I don't remember. But they don't stick around.
that thing looks cool.
No one's dying today.
Not so
My hands
sure.
got freaking smacked by
They
the
got
train.
question mark health. No one's dying today.
So
Let's go.
what abilities? A hand grenade.
Let's go Gal Gadot and LeBro
Gal Gadot.
and
She's
LeBro.
the Wonder Woman and she's the bonus to 13. You know what I've been dying to see is Wonder Woman 84.
That movie,
Because the way I
yeah.
keep hearing it explained is it shouldn't have ever been made.
Do you know how that movie ends?
No. I wanted to watch it because I feel like I would have a good time.
I don't plan on watching it, but when I learned about how the ending goes and like how it's just the wildest thing. It's like, how did this get made? It makes you think of like a superhero movie in the 80s or the 70s.
Maybe that's what they were going for in 1984.
But like in a corny way. Also, there's just weird, like she. I didn't see Wonder
Didn't
Woman
she
1.
frick up some kids in it, or she drops kids, or
Well, that's she. There's like a scene where she grabs a kid and she goes rolling down the highway.
Yeah.
And it's just so comical.
Yeah.
Well, one of the craziest things about the movie is in the first one, she's in love with that Chris Pine guy.
Okay.
But it takes place in like the 40s. So this movie, I think he dies in that first one. I didn't see it, but whatever. Well, in this one, he was in the trailers, and it's in the 80s. It's like, well, how's he there? I guess she gets some kind of a thing that grants wishes, and she she wishes to see him again, and like instead of him just appearing, the movie makes it very clear there's a man who's like a married man, not him, and he turns into him, and everyone else sees him as this other guy, but she sees him as the guy she loves, and like. They like run off together and do the whole movie and like sleep together and like live their whole life together.
But everybody else sees this married
man.
But
this man loses like his family. Like he loses his agency as a person. Like,
oh yeah, they took over his body.
She takes over his body, and like they just don't ever like resolve that stuff.
Wow.
Or maybe at the end he goes back to being himself. But like it's a weird movie. It's all about wishes, and everybody gets all these wishes, and then at the end they need everybody to give back their wishes, or else this wall is gonna like eat something. This wall is gonna break or something. It's gonna ruin the world. And so they're on TV like, everybody give back your wish, and everybody gives back their wish. We can't even get everybody to wear a mask. That's what it was. Is that at the end of the movie, everyone around the world gives back their wish.
Yeah, I'll give back my wish. I wouldn't give back my wish. I'd wish you to shut up if you told me to give back my wish. Sam says it's funny watching developers watching speedrunners. We spend so much time on that. It's generally good stuff, especially because the good sports are very true. Yeah, it is funny. It's like we never thought of that. And you get to see them like.
A really good one of that. A really good one of that I like is there was the game The Outer Worlds that came out, and it's like an RPG, and it's like 15-20 hours. But I watched a video of this guy beats it in 10 minutes, and it was a week after it came out, and they're like, so we're gonna watch this, and like. He just dismantles their whole opening area and gets the final ship and like goes, and they were like they're like, how's he gonna do this? And yeah, I think that's really cool too. That's one of my, when I finish a game that was really hard or that took me a long time, I do kind of like to see like somebody beat this in an hour. Like I want to see how they did that.
I like checking. Hey, like, how long is this game? I'll look up howlongtobeat.com or whatever. Like, what am I about to get into? Especially when I'm doing Hangouts. Like, can we do this in multiple streams? But when I check it out, it'll be like, hey, this game's on average 30 hours. And it's like, but it's like, it'll show, like, the speed run. It'll show fast, and it's like, oh, somebody else did 5. It's like, what?
What
like,
did they do? Yeah.
That much time?
Come on.
I will say the closest I've ever gotten to really having getting a game so down that I can do it with my eyes closed was when I just did Nier Replicant. Because I had to do all 5 endings, and then to get the platinum, I had to speed run it, which is beating it under 10 hours. And I played that game. I did no skips, but I played that game as fast as humanly possible. And I did have a jump thing I could do that let me jump over this thing you're not supposed to be able to jump over to save me about 30 seconds. And I think the speed run for that game is like 5 hours. I beat it in like 6:20.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm happy with that. Yeah. Like, that is like, I'm very satisfied with that.
Sam says a huge scene right there. Massive for the plot, and we're talking about speed running. So we did get to see.
Oh, did they die?
That was him as a kid, I think. Oh. Like, it kind of like flashed back.
Who is it? Snow?
Snow. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about speed.
Unless I'm wrong, unless I mess it up, but
that's okay, because when I go back and play this, I'll Sanctum Logic.
I mean, why carry the danger all the way to Pulse? Why
Pulse is a place. We're trying. I beat this back in 2010, so I'm trying to remember. I forget a ton of this game.
That's all the Purge ever was.
I definitely forget the story.
Relocation to Pulse. How does the government get away with pulling crap?
They're trying to get everybody out of Cocoon to go to Pulse.
And you knew this was gonna happen?
Sam says, if you want, I can explain quickly. Go right ahead, Sam.
Yeah, go for it.
Which was Psycho.
Explain what we just saw, but I think he was a kid and he tried to save something, got a flashback thing.
Psychom, Guardian Corps. Soldiers are soldiers, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Pulse
That's true.
Falsi and their
Pulse Falsi
are
and
enemies
their
of the state.
Why did you
Tell a
choose
soldier
that
to kill an
name?
enemy
These names
and
are so
you really
wackadoo.
think it's gonna matter what uniform he's wearing?
This has the opposite problem of Destiny. Destiny has everything like, oh, that's the dark sun.
Self-shot instead.
That's the darkness.
The Darkness, the Fallen.
It's the Fallen. It's all
The
placeholder
Hive.
names.
How about you? Order say shoot, you pull the trigger?
But I do remember it, so maybe they're onto something.
Fine. Forget I asked.
Well, the thing that annoys me sometimes, and I've turned on it now because
Wait.
I've played a lot of Destiny, so I get it's all built into the world. But like, their multiplayer is called like it's like a, what is it, Crucible, and then
Yeah.
it's like Iron Banner, or it's what is the Trials of the Nine, or Trials of the it's always it's
Well, I
Trials
feel like
of
they've gotten
Osiris.
better, especially with newer
Yeah.
stuff, right? Like,
Yeah, no, it's good. No, I like it, but like, it's just they bake it all in with like real like names from the world,
Yeah.
not like. So if you play that game and you don't know what you're doing, you're like, am I a strike? Am I doing a raid? Am I doing a crucible? Like, you have to kind of take it all in. But then when you get used to it, it's pretty cool.
I love this battle move. Okay, so Snow is helped by a woman. Oh, I got killed. Alright. We'll have to be a part of the story. Helped by a woman, and then she eventually got killed due to an explosion. The kid was watching from far in horror as the woman died and fell under it. We see Snow as the reason. Oh, their paths will eventually cross.
What's that?
Oh,
That's right. Okay.
Was the kid Lightning? Was it a boy or a
It was a
girl?
boy. Dude, the first Purge. I want to watch that new Purge.
I do too. I love watching
We
those.
saw the other ones. I still quote, "Good night, blue cheese." I seen it the other day and I was like, gosh, I freaking need to see the new
Those movies just get, the new one is wild. I think it's in Mexico, isn't it?
one. The
or it's
newest
in
one,
Texas.
I don't know.
The last one was the first Purge, I think.
Man, nobody does it better than Square Enix with pre-rendered like cutscenes. They're just-
Yeah, they're
Maybe
good.
maybe that was their downfall for this one.
People love Blizzards, but I prefer, I like these. I like the
Right in there.
Japanese flair.
File C.
This makes me want to go play some more Final
It was a
Fantasy
boy who
14.
eventually becomes one of the most important characters in the whole trilogy. Wow. I never played the other two, so that's cool that they. I remember that guy. This character looks like a Xenosaga character. Chaos, a little bit.
Chaos.
If you played Xenosaga, you might know that.
Ooh.
There's Snow, Saz, Lightning, and I forgot these two names. Chaos from Xenosaga.
So were they nuns too?
I don't know.
They took off their little nun outfits.
Sam says, I'm off, guys. It's 1 a.m. here.
Wow.
I have to get up in the morning. Take care and have fun. Thank you for joining us,
Yeah,
Sam.
thanks.
Take care, Sam.
Hey, wait!
Come back anytime, and if you're interested, join our Discord. We talk about JRPGs in there all the time.
You said it made you happy when I smiled, didn't you? But really, I was afraid.
You want to play for a little bit?
I was always.
Yeah, I'll try not to
You can't
die.
get lost.
Can't get lost.
won't
Try
get
not to
lost.
get lost. Jeez, what is this? Who is that?
So, how do you figure that post-file C is different from the sanctums?
I don't know.
Don't think
Your guess is as good as mine, Saz.
Time to jump.
Yeah.
Hey, 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 hang on!
Always jumping off.
How does she land?
What the? Hey!
If your friend told you to jump off a bridge, would you do
Would
it?
you do it? Oh, is that why she's called Lightning? How does that help her?
Damn.
Her brain would still fly through the bottom of her freaking
If you can do
skull.
it, so can we.
Nah, she's built different.
Yeah, there you go. You better believe I'm jumping off a building. I'm not like turning around and slowly getting down. I'm just gonna do it. What was the point of slowly?
Come on, come on.
Dang.
It's me when I fell in my one wheel.
Is your hand finally healed up?
Got checked or whatever. It's healing. I think I have another 4 to 6 weeks. They said, and it'll be full. It should be fully healed.
They didn't
Wow.
They couldn't have
They
died.
got fricked out.
Have you been back on the one wheel since?
No. Because they were like, they even said, I haven't been on anything, skateboard, whatever, and they were like, hey, it's good, like, it's
Hey,
healing
get a grip,
great,
man.
like, everything looks
What's
good.
wrong with you?
If it does get another injury or whatever, chances are it may break back out, like, break whatever.
Oof.
But in 4 to 6 weeks, you should be good, and you should be able to, like,
Yeah.
it should like, hold.
Yeah.
Whatever, so, like, normal, back normal. So I was like, I will wait till then. Because how sucky it would be all the time I'm
And then
waiting.
you break it
So it's like,
again.
it's not worth the risk.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So I've been off everything.
All
It's been
right.
killing me though.
Falsy Pulsy, let's go.
Palsy.
How is he betraying
What are you
Snow?
doing? So what are you afraid of, huh? You're supposed to be the hero.
Oh, you're LeBro. Oh, he was playing a little
She's
prank.
waiting there, ain't she? Your lovely bride-to-be?
Is he marrying Snow?
Isn't it about time
He
you
married
picked
her.
her up?
He is now.
Or who's Cloud? What's it,
Cloud
Lightning?
2.
All these freaking names are weather.
Dude, yeah, Snow, Lightning, they should have just had Cloud.
Sunny.
What if they should have just had Cloud show up?
They need Sunny. They need
Dude, I think that is the name of the one.
No.
I think it is. Now that you said that, it's like,
Now you're talking.
I think that's right. I think it's Sunny.
Oh, good. Thank
Wendy. That's a good play on words.
Yeah,
Is
that
there
would be a
Wendy?
good one.
Oh, how do I open
Get
this?
that item, dude.
Open. A? Yeah, there we go. I got a power cycle. This is save?
The save.
Save right there. Overrid it.
I have
Is
been
this
watching.
still chapter 1?
I guess so.
This is a big old long chapter 1 speedrun strats.
Speedrun strat. Oh, you lost on that one.
Oh,
I've been watching so many Norm Macdonald clips because he passed away.
yeah.
He is one of my favorite comedians.
I don't know a lot about him.
Every clip I've seen of him
I don't think
has
I'd
always made me freaking laugh.
I don't think I had ever actually heard of him actually. Until this, I've seen a lot this past couple days.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been retweeting some.
Now, how come sometimes I throw a grenade and sometimes
But they did this thing on Twitter. They were like, on his podcast he had, they had a sponsor named Mandrake, and it was these like grills, these like little George Foreman like grills, I think, is what they were. But someone tweeted and said they removed their sponsor from his show because of the way he would like say the most worst things, and like the way he was not like pushing the product well, like, but it was so freaking hilarious. Like
Yeah.
he would just do it for the joke. But they were like, someone said they kicked him off the show, but the only reason I remember Mandrake is because of his joke. Like that's what
Yep.
burned in my brain.
Yep.
So he did his job, and but there's like a super cut of all the times he mentioned, and there is such a funny gag in one of the podcasts. He says, Mandrake, he was like, you know what? He asked the host, he's like, or the guest, he's like, is your dad alive? And the guy goes, yeah. He's like, oh, he would like this. He's like, that'd be pretty bad if he wasn't alive. He's like, I just realized that. So then one of the next ones, he said, hey, is your dad still alive? And no. And he went, dang it. He was trying to go in the same spiel.
Oh
And
my
then
gosh.
I think it was Andy Dick was on one, and he asked the same question. Hey, your dad alive? No. Is your mom alive? No, and he went, Jesus. He said, is any of your immediate family alive? And he went, man, Drake, man, grave.
Oh my gosh. I need to check that out. That's funny.
So freaking funny.
How come sometimes I can throw a grenade and sometimes I can't?
You gotta load your little thing.
How do I do grenade?
Press B back out of that.
I gotta punch the warden.
Punch the warden.
That's funny.
But there was the same one who was like, it cooked chicken and steak, and he was like, well, I guess any of these girls can. Like, stuff like that. Just
I love that is when
any joke with the sponsor is so
Yeah,
funny
when
because you're
people-
playing with money, and I love that.
When
Like,
people do the sponsors and they do them funny.
it makes it even funnier if you can throw that line of being willing to lose that money is so freaking funny.
Yep.
It's so freaking funny.
Hey, Godot.
Godot,
If you don't know who you gotta
you
say,
gonna make a new Wonder
I
Woman?
just
Godot.
I got an electric mower.
I saw that. You
I
put
like
in our
it.
group chat.
I like it a lot. I like it a whole lot. No gas, very light, plenty of juice,
Plenty of juice.
very much worth it. I think I'm done with gasoline.
Yeah, me too. It's on its way out. I heard the sun. Let's do the sun.
I love it.
The sun is free, and we're still using old dinosaur liquid. What are we doing?
That's what oil is, right? Organic matter that like.
It's old dinosaur carbon stuff, and then they process it, run it through a couple filters, the old rigamaroo, the dinosaur rigamaroo, and squeeze it back out. Ends up in your vehicle. And it goes into the atmosphere and kills us all. But we're gonna go fast. I go really fast.
You can go very
I
fast.
go extremely fast.
When do you care about
90 and a 25.
How long do the Tesla charges last?
There are different ranges. There is like, you can buy a 300 mile on one charge, and then there's one that's like a 350. I think one's like a 400. I think now.
That's
Yeah.
all you need.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
That's the one.
But I think like some of the base model
Oh.
stuff is 250. There's 250, but I mean,
And are there charging stations like out and about?
yeah, you can actually look up on like the little iPad thing in the console. You can look up like charging stations. And
How
they'll-
quickly do they charge? It takes a little bit of time.
Takes a little bit. That's the one thing. It's like, it's not like a gas station you pull up and you're there for 5 minutes, if that. Like,
Yeah.
you'd have to wait for 30 minutes to like 45 minutes to get a good charge.
But if it's like a nicer gas station, you can get out and get a bite to eat.
yeah.
The army's no match for Nora.
I wish they figured out a little faster charging, but
Not too bad.
not too bad.
Well, that's why I mowed my grass.
The
and then
gas savings, maybe you just lose out on time. a
I
little
finished one, and I think the battery was on one bar. It took me about 45-50 minutes. I threw it back on the charger, and it was done charging 15 minutes.
bit.
Gave me time to go get some water, and I actually
Well,
ordered.
you also can get other batteries, so you can just
Yep.
pop them out if you know how many your yard requires. You
Yep.
just pop them out and pop them back.
And
in.
I ordered an Edger that uses the same battery,
Yeah.
so I'll just swap it after it charges or get another battery. And
Yeah.
just
I
go that
was
way.
looking into those so hard before I got my house, and I ended up just getting somebody to help us do that in the
Yeah.
end. But that's what I was heading that direction.
Hey, it's definitely great.
husband?
Dinner's on me.
Better be home cooking.
Very quiet too. Is what I liked.
Well, don't
So
worry.
Snow's getting married. I remember this. Snow's getting married.
It's always somebody getting married.
KISSING. First comes love, then comes marriage.
Catch you later.
Then comes snow and a baby carriage.
Who's his wife? Is it Luna?
Smiley. Or Sunny.
Oh, I'm a little boy now. Who is this? He just left.
Press Y. I think those are
I don't think he's coming back. Leader member.
Doesn't say.
Let me get my books.
That hair looks great in 4K.
Yeah, it does. We still in chapter 1. Oh my god.
Chapter 1.
Did I save?
Look at that hair.
Let's go to the unicorn market.
Yeah, go to the unicorn market. That's your town you get there.
Buy wings. Yeah, I'm poor. I only got 300 gil. not a lot of choices at the Unicorn Mart.
I always like to do this during Hangouts 5, the original, playing an old game. Pull up my old copy here. I'll stay copy. I remember my friend went with me to get this at GameStop at the midnight launch. And they had the midnight launch, but I had it pre-ordered, and my friend was like, I'm not going to pre-order it. I don't need to pre-order it at GameStop.
It's just that.
And we go in, and he's just in line with me. He's like, I'll just pick up. They've got to have extra copies. And they did have extra copies, and they wouldn't sell him an extra copy. He was like, he had to pre-order.
Oh,
and he was
my
like, yeah, but you
gosh.
got all these extras. Like, yeah, those are for pre-orders. Like
Until like the next day? Or
Yeah,
just...
so I was like, there's none for retail? Like, you didn't have any extra? Like, it's all pre-order, so.
Wow.
But, oh, there's a code. Can't show it. Square Enix rewards here.
Hide the code.
Hide the code. I forgot, this is when they still do manuals.
Yeah, there's a whole manual in there. It tells you all the names and everything.
That thing.
I'm an OG.
That could make us
covered
listen.
that
I got
one.
one of those in my garage.
This is.
Why is it in your
I can-
garage?
I don't know. I just got a box of PS3 games right there.
Is that where you keep your PS3?
Here we
games?
go.
In the
I just
garage?
found them. I haven't moved them inside.
Oh,
yet.
yeah, you just found them. I
Yeah.
just thought that was like, that's where the PS3 games get the garage. They're in the doghouse.
I debated what I was going to play. I was like, I have it on... Well, do I have it on Steam? I actually have it on through Game Pass. Is probably the way to play it. Because I think it upscales to 4K. It would look real good on my TV with the S.
Yeah.
That's probably the way I would play it.
Pulse Foul C.
The
It
Pulse
held our
Foul C.
future.
I still know what
And
the Pulse
our
Foul C
fate.
is. I don't think I even knew that one
It's
was
like Evangelion.
when I was when I played it the first time.
Plot optional. Yeah, I'd like to say, is this the end of the freaking chapter? They
Nope.
keep changing the name of the chapter. Fates Intertwined.
It's that part of the first chapter.
Okay.
He in her butt?
Yeah,
What
he was like,
that? What
he was
that?
sniffing her butt.
Yeah, what the frick?
Oops. Well then.
Getting a little Pulse Lassie there.
Or a false Lassie.
Yeah.
Just us.
What did you expect?
Yeah, remember she does that with her hands. a lot.
Even soldiers know not to go near the Foul Sea. You become a pulseless sea, and you're finished.
Look at that hair.
What do you
Hair
mean
looks good.
It's
finished?
good hair.
Haven't you heard, Miss?
Vanille.
Huh?
That's where all
My name.
the budget went
And
into
yours?
the hair budget.
Yeah.
Hope.
Hope.
Okay, so not a weather thing.
Thank you.
Thought it was sunny. Sunny sounded so like on point.
What were we thinking?
What were we thinking?
Well, since we're here, let's look around.
Are they not friends? They don't know each other? Wow, this looks good.
The Pulse Foul Sea. Lower World Vestige.
This has to be a new chapter.
What
right?
is that even like? What is that garble of words?
Check this out.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Vanille, where are you?
Oh yeah, Vanille and Hope. We got Hope and we got Chaos, and they both look.
The hell's that? It's a witch staff.
Well,
That's
Oh,
I don't
the
even know
Foul
what's
Sea.
happening in this world.
The Foul Sea. Oh yeah, he's got a boomerang.
no daydreaming now.
Oh, they get 3.
No daydreaming now. Oh, we're whooping this little dog.
What? I forgot that. Look at that weapon. It's like a weird.
Deer antlers.
Look.
Whoa.
Isn't that weird? What a weird.
It's very creative.
Did you hear? Ubisoft is bringing back Driver, not a game, a TV series, and it's exclusive to like something called. It starts with a B. It's a whole new streaming service, and I was like, You just made something that will not be here in 2 years. Like it will.
What
It's
on
not gonna be
earth?
around in 2 years. And
I saw they're doing a Twisted Metal show.
are they?
Yeah. I don't know how that is a show. I mean, you can make anything a show. I feel like you can make anything a movie.
Well, have you ever seen the Twisted Metal endings you got in the first games? They're notorious because it's all live action. They made these live action, and I still quote some of the stuff from these.
No, I haven't. Seen
Because
this.
they are terrible acting. It's so cringeworthy, like acting and moments and stuff. But we'll pull some of those up because they're worth checking out.
I didn't really play Twisted Metal. Chapter
I
2.
played the demos. Oh, we're on chapter 2. We're moving along.
Yeah, this running animation
This
is
place was supposed to be empty.
got me cracking
It's supposed
up.
to be empty.
Okay, how did you discard it? Okay.
Okay, we kind of saw that already. We'll get the picture. Certain enemies like the Zwerg Scandroids. Ah, the Zwerg Scandroids.
How do I tell
Watch
where
out for
they're...
the Zwerg Scandroids.
How do
over
I
there.
tell where they're
It
looking?
is.
Oh. She's
Where is he? We go now.
You are speedrunning it.
Aren't you scared?
Not so much.
You really don't get it.
I might have done the biggest sin to JRPG fans, but I changed recently my Persona
That's why Cocoon kicked
5
it out.
playthrough. I was
Too
playing on
close to the
normal.
Falsey.
I
Why
played
not
about
take it to
maybe... I am sadly probably 20% through the game, 25% of that.
Yeah.
And I've been playing
What's the
forever.
problem?
What's my... Pulse is hell on earth.
But I changed it from normal to easy. And this, they said you can change it to easy anytime. I think at this point I've already beat it.
Yeah.
I just want to kind of go back and very casually play
Get off.
Yeah.
some of these games. And
If it really depends on are the deaths frequent? If they're not frequent, but it feels
Yeah.
like a challenge, okay, that's cool. But like if it's a lot of just repetitiveness, like
or in the case of Persona, I finally changed it to easy because it was like I lost so much progress.
yeah,
I am like having trouble understanding the battle system. Still, I'm like not getting. There's
almost
like
looks like a diorama.
Don't
cool.
worry, Sarah.
oh yeah,
Your
Sarah
hero
is his
on his
beloved.
way.
Sarah.
Sarah. Hip hip.
They don't
Sarah.
let you sit with any one character for too long.
Wonder what that's for.
I always like to turn around and go behind me in these games.
Ah, you're rewarded for that.
Yeah.
That's what I love to do in side-scrolling games. When I
Oh,
want you to go
yeah.
right, I'm always going left. You want me to go left? Nope. I'm going right. I better find a treasure chest.
I'm a real pulse. Let's see.
You're a
that way.
pulselessy.
You're a pulselessy.
You're a pulselessy.
Stairway to Heaven here. I like the world. I'm saving every 2 seconds in this game.
Make sure you save. But now, I have wanted to play through Final Fantasy 13 too, but our buddy, he always jumps in the chat, watcher of the channel AOI, said 13.2 is notorious that last boss battle is extremely difficult.
Well, that's like your pet peeve with these games.
But I was about to say, I feel like I do that every Final Fantasy. Install a cheat. That's what I always end up doing. I install some cheat. I like some cheat save file, and I want to see the ending, and I want to complete it. That's all I do. Cheat at the very end. Cheat on the finish line.
Boom. Sit down.
No problem.
No problem.
No problem. Good thing. I tried to sneak up on them, but it didn't work.
Just hold on, Sarah.
Hold on, Sarah.
I didn't go very far with him just now. I got to my goal shockingly fast.
You went straight. If you keep doing that, you're on to something in this game. Oh no, they do change it. You might go left this time.
I like that. That's actually really cool. I like the concept of a dungeon that's all in one spot, but you're constantly shifting the platforms in and out.
This kind of runs with Final Fantasy X. They have little dungeons like this.
That's cool. Huzzah.
Still won't budge?
I do remember the names. Hope, Vanilla,
I think the door's
Sky.
Why didn't I listen?
Is there Sky?
Beg your pardon?
I don't think so.
It was me. This is my fault.
Snow.
Beg your pardon?
Cover your ears.
The fingers on these character models are the uncanny valley.
Yep.
They're not real anime characters.
Yeah, oh my god, they're so blocky.
I'm so sorry.
What's she doing killing the false
Please
pulse?
let me.
That face looks really good. The hair looks really good.
Please.
But they ran out of polygons. That's all they could.
Well, that's
afford.
what the guy was
The
working
budget.
on before he did the doors and the dog and the other
Yeah.
games. He did fingers and then he
He
did
did those
dog.
fingers. That's it. If you look
And
at
now he's the
Wikipedia.
director of Strangers of Paradise.
How'd you open it?
Are they gonna run into snow?
After you.
Yeah, he's gotta be in here.
Shrouds are special single-use aerosols. Used outside of battle and great variety tactical advantages. Fortisol and Agasol bestow their bonuses at the start of the battle. Deceptisol, on the other hand, shields the party from enemy detection, eliminating any concerns being spotted.
Deceptisol?
I don't. Where's Lysol? Can I just get Lysol?
Is Deceptisol the speedrun strat, it would seem?
Just feel it allows them to.
I tried to sneak up on those dogs, it did not work. How do I do that?
You gotta play a spray of Deceptisol.
Oh, they have a wide field of view. Apply a spray. Tab. Select the shroud. Use it. Okay. Oh, I don't have any. How do I... Oh, we got some different level attacks. That's higher strength. Is that like something I should be doing? So I'm gaining 3, but I'm losing 3, so... What's experience mean?
You can level up the weapons.
But I don't have any experience on any of these weapons.
And maybe...
We'll keep it balanced for her, because I don't know what these guys' weaknesses are. Now this is definitely a missed opportunity if I don't upgrade it. Oh.
How long is Final Fantasy XIII? Let's take a guess. I think it's 35 hours.
Why can I not? How do I equip? Oh, you can't equip stuff in here. Yeah, you should be able to. How do you change what's equipped?
Oh, I was a little bit off. 48 and a half hours.
Wow. Oh, here's the story. Look. Wait a minute. Events. Chapter 1. Defiers of Fate. Whoa.
I'll watch the YouTube of a 12-year-old kid that tells me.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Tells me what I
oh,
need
wow.
to know.
Wow. The first game that had that I remembered and I really got into it was the first Mass Effect. Because that game had such great, like, the alien races and the history of how all of the little things got created that shoot people across the solar system. That game had great world building.
One I really got into is Metal Gear Solid 5 with the audio tapes.
Yeah, that was good
I
too.
listen to all those, and those really get deep in the lore. But
The Witcher has a pretty good.
I don't like to
notebook.
read too much. Like I'm playing a game, like I mean Grimlock probably stuff on Destiny, but like stuff like that, I don't.
Yes.
Like anything where I'm reading. Writing.
Yeah, even now they have a lot of like lore tab stuff in the Destiny. I just watch a YouTube guy that plays music and puts like stuff in the background, and like it's very cool to listen to as like a podcast. But I don't like reading in the game a lot of times.
Even like Splash Zone Part 2 and the first one, don't you like find notes and they've got scribbled and you can like hit the button to like see what the text says or
Which
whatever?
game?
Last of Us, don't they do that? What game does that? I'm trying to remember. Where you can pick up notes.
Yep, that's Last of Us.
Okay. But those are short enough to where
I
it's like,
liked
I'll
it
give
a
them
lot
back.
in Last of Us 2 because they did great environmental storytelling
Yeah,
with it.
they're short enough, but it's like that stuff. I'm not sitting there reading a book. Like,
Man, I want to play Last of Us 2 again.
I'm gonna let Lassie99 on YouTube. Subscribe to that one.
I really want to play Last of Us 2 again. I kind of want to go for the platinum. Ooh, can't get this.
Can't get
Oh,
this.
Can't get this. Dude, I really am.
Watch out for the zig droids or whatever they call them.
Guys zigzag these guys on the
Yeah,
butt.
they can't zigzag to the droids.
Spinny
You're
little
gonna get slapped.
slapped blitz.
The Zwerg scan droid.
Scantrons.
Zwerg scan droid. I hardly know her. Zwerger.
Zaz, carrying your weight.
Zwerg sounds like the new ID Facebook's gonna make everybody have. Like you have to have it to like get into school. You got your Zwerg? Ah, I forgot it. Forgot to update it.
Gosh. Are they making it a thing that you have to have, or like
That just sounds like our future. Is what I
It-
just said.
yeah, it
It sounds
does.
like something I'm gonna have to do. It's like,
for your augmented reality interview, job interview?
yeah. I want a hill there. Lightning.
I appreciate
Appreciate it.
Thank
You sound like
for
DJ Khaled. I appreciate you.
Appreciate.
You're special.
Thank you for the gift.
Good. Appreciate you.
Oh, you're
You,
staggered.
you better heal there now.
Blitz.
Oh, we got 20 HP. It's over.
I already healed myself all the way.
If you don't take that Portsky wormer, you are out.
I'm like Joe Rogan, man. I got a whole team trying to keep me healthy here. That was the funniest thing. I don't know if you saw that when he got COVID. Hey, it was no big deal. I took this, I took this, I took this, I took this. I had this person, I did this. He said 19 things. I was like, oh, that's great. You did 19 things that most people can't even afford, and some of that's dumb stuff. Horse dewormer.
Yeah.
He's like, but then it wasn't really that bad.
Joe Rogan and Kanye are very similar in that Kanye was doing everything except release that album.
Yep.
And Joe's doing everything except take that vaccine.
Yep. Nope, you're right. Everything.
I'm not even saying don't take other stuff, but it's crazy what other people are taking instead of doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even getting into the battle of like take the vaccine or not. But you're doing a lot of stuff to you that I'd be
Stupid
scared to
stuff.
be ingesting something that I just put in my horse. Like, I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
So if you're spooked about the vaccine, I'm spooked about the horse doing that thing.
There you go, Zaz.
There goes Az. I think lightning would be a pro-vaccine.
I think so too.
What's up, AOI?
Who would be anti-vax in this cast so far?
The Lassie. The
Lassie.
false Lassie.
The false Lassie.
Werewolf says, peep that computer in the back. Yep, we got that's the new rig.
Hey,
Somebody was asking earlier what we were running this on. That's actually running a cord back. People don't know the iMac, the first gen iMac. They can do 4K. That's a first gen iMac back there.
What are you talking about? Do 4K? What are you talking about?
You just gotta. I added 32 gigs RAM in it.
You can do a 4K blue screen.
Yeah. People don't give the iMac enough credit
For what?
for running 4K. The first time I noticed like graphics, like resolution stuff, was my dad. We had a family computer and he got Call of Duty Warfare, the very first Call of Duty, not Modern Warfare, and we loved that game. And I remember I was like, oh, you can change settings and stuff, and that was the first time I saw it because I was just used to playing console. Because you're gonna die. Oh, you lost Oz.
Not forever. No one's ever really gone.
But it let you change resolution between 800 and 1024 by 768, I think is the other one. And whenever we changed it to that computer would just chug. Like, it would just not run well at 102. I had to do 800 by 600. And I think we upgraded our computer at some point and we could finally do 1024. 768. Remember that.
The first time I really remember noticing graphics and resolution, really resolution, was my buddy Connor had a 1080p TV, and it was when 1080i was still a big thing, so it was the first time really seeing progressive scan. He had a PS3, and he got Casino Royale on Blu-ray.
Oh,
like
wow.
the summer, it was like the winter of 2006.
Blu-ray was crazy.
And so I saw Casino Royale and Blu-ray on that TV, and I was like, this is a different thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Werewolf says, can run Crisis. Absolutely, it can run Crisis. And by Crisis, the screenshots you may be able to view on the browser.
Can run Crisis 3 screenshots.
Those things are still
Three
around.
screens, yeah, Crisis
Might
3
be some
screenshots.
soldiers trapped in there too. Except they'd probably be Lassie.
Also, when we had that PC, we had a 4x3 monitor. So when we got I do remember getting a wider screen monitor, and that was when like the wallpapers, I was like, oh my gosh, the wallpapers look so crisp now, like from 800 by 600.
Yeah.
Like, but I'd still have to run games at 800 by 600. Like, I couldn't run them like.
There's the next one.
Little question AOI asks, how would you pronounce the word
Geese? Geese?
guys?
I would say geese.
I would say guys.
Geese. What is the language of the word?
Or Jis. Maybe it's Jis. No, I think he's tricking us because it's a GIF question. How would you pronounce GIF?
Up and ready.
This is a trick. I think he tricked me into saying what I didn't want to say.
GEs? I don't even know what Jacob just said. Oh, I'm not trying to heal. G's? That's what Jacob said?
Hey, well, I was just talking about this before you came in here. Didn't you say that Final Fantasy 13-2, you said the final boss is a hassle? But then I realized, I had this realization, that's every Final Fantasy to me, is that final boss always destroys me. I'm always under-leveled. It wants me to play another 3 hours of leveling up. That is the worst feeling. When you're ready to beat a game, you're ready to see the credits.
It happened to me with 15 on the Ultimate Edition.
I get stuck, and it's like...
I almost didn't finish that game. I almost uninstalled it.
I'm glad I didn't play the Ultimate Edition, because you said you had extra
Oh yeah,
battles,
yeah.
like,
You between the Cerberus or whatever the fire guy, Ifrit, between Ifrit and then the clown, the Joker looking guy. There's 4 bosses or 5 bosses they added. It's like a boss rush, and you have to do
I
them
hate that. I
subsequently.
hate those. That's
Like
not
there's no
fun.
save in between. There's no go to the store. Dude, I almost lost my mind. Especially because those, I did not like the combat system in 15. Everything was a freaking bullet sponge. You have to hit it 1,000 times. I did not like that battle system.
He is here,
He is here.
calling himself.
How do we
hero.
pronounce it, AOI? Geese. Geese. Geese.
Geese.
Or it might be geese.
Almost, Revo. One of my classes in university is called Geese 2
What should I do?
for short, and the
Tell me
course
what
is in
you need
English. But the professor is from Belgium, so her mother
Nothing I
tongue
say
is
will
not
change what
English.
happened.
And I was wondering how a true English person would pronounce geese.
Is that an abbreviation for like general independent studies? Because if it is or something like that, we would just call it GIS probably.
Yeah, maybe we would say it. Yeah.
I might say GIS too.
But we do say like COM 101.
Yeah.
So maybe we would say geese like 204 or whatever.
I don't think I would do that. If it was like general independent studies, I would call it the GIS program.
No, too much. Too much to say. I've already fell asleep by the time you
You
finish
would call it
your
the
word.
GIS?
Call it the GIS.
No, you wouldn't. We just wouldn't do that. Yeah, geographic. You know what it would be? It would be geoinfo.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, geoinfo.
It would be something like that.
Yeah, did you get the homework for geoinfo?
Yeah,
Geographic?
it'd be. You got the homework. You got the geoinfo. Geoinfo.
You got the geoinfo?
It would be geo or geoinfo is how people would say it.
Geographic informatic.
It'd be GIS or
Systems.
geoinfo.
What are you learning about in there?
There's a little thing back here.
Is it infomatic or informatic? Like, are you
In-
informing yourself
informatic.
about the geographic? I haven't been out of college for too long.
What is it like scanning terrain and stuff?
Which, if it is, I just saw, who is it? Vox, I think, on YouTube did this video. But they showed the people making, I forgot the studio, where they go out to the desert and they like put a tent and they scan this rock with this like device, and that's how you get them in the video games and stuff. I forgot what game it was.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Photogrammetry.
Yeah, and they're like, bloop, and they take a picture, bloop, bloop,
That is
and
so
by the
cool.
end of it, they have a 3D model and stuff. Also, the other place that did that other studio was Metal Gear Solid 5. I remember all those like little video clips that came out. Remember how they went and they scanned like, oh, this rock and all this stuff. Like
Yeah.
they had a like test environment like in their office. Like they made their office in the game. Do you remember that? And they had all the like, here's the object and here's this, and it looked amazing. And the Fox engine.
Yep.
God rest its soul.
I remember that when they had the office. It's a mix of geographics and computer science.
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy. What would that even entail? The Earth? And
Well,
computers?
we do that at I don't know exactly the application, but we have computer systems that like will map and scan for like methane coming out of the ground and ethane
Oh, okay.
leaks,
Okay,
and
that makes sense.
it's probably like maybe for surveying either natural formations or man-made formations.
AOI, he says, has either one of you ever finished this game? I have.
No, but it's never too late.
It's never too late to start. But I do really want to play Final Fantasy 13 too. I think it's time. It's time I give the respect.
I'm gonna use some Deceptisol.
It's kind of like Lysol, but everyone around you is
How do I use it?
deceived.
How do I use Deceptisol?
I'm taking Deceptisol to heal my COVID.
How do I use it? Equipment.
Research it. Look it up.
Oh, that's how you change. They have like animated like intros when you click on them.
It looks awesome.
It looks great. I honestly am digging this game a lot. I don't know how to use Deceptisol. I would like to use it, but oh man, my ring finger keeps going numb. Oh,
Why?
I don't know. I just, like my hands swelling and it like
Marriage, man. Maybe it's time to.
it's like I have to take my ring off sometimes when I'm playing games. Like
Yeah.
from doing.
That symbolizes.
That is a
maybe.
cool weapon. The only thing about Final Fantasy 13-2 I liked was the bikini DLC outfit mouthing. You are a man of culture. I think we've all been
Sounds like
there.
you got right to the heart of that game, then.
I feel like
the with the
I feel
battle
like
theme
10-2, 13-2 with these sequels, it's always like all girls that are just
Yeah.
like in bikinis. Alright, where's this Pulsey?
Let's get this Pulsey.
Sounds like not good. Is this a ball I haven't looked at yet?
Let's get this Pulsey.
Get this Pulsey. I think I was supposed to go back this way. I think that it took me away from these guys earlier, and then I forgot which way I was going. Good point, Travis. Yeah. Well, not the... yeah, it was a good point.
It was, you know what? It was a good point.
It's
Nick.
more just, yeah, I felt like that was kind of what was going on.
I love 13-2's like battle system and level up system with the job. I think you would actually really dig it because
Did
a
you
lot
play
of.
13 too?
Oh, sorry, I meant 10-2.
Yeah, I would like to play 10 too.
10-2, I think you would really, really love because it's job based. It's heavy in job stuff, and I loved I was addicted to leveling up the different jobs in that one.
So 10, 2, I don't know about 10 2, 10, 12, 13, those are all on Game Pass and they're all like restored in 4K.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I might go home and download maybe this one or one of those and just get started.
Now, Final Fantasy 10, maybe spoiler for the remainder of the year for Hangout stuff, but a little birdie told me it's the anniversary. It's the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 10 this year.
So
And that's one of my favorite games. So maybe there'll be some special Hangout stuff for that.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Perhaps.
Let's wait for Final Fantasy Remake Part 2.
Yeah, what if it's all like clouds and bikinis and stuff?
Oh, I can't. Oh, you're right. I really can't wait for that. That'd be great.
Anyway, I is currently playing Final Fantasy 10. Yep, this is the year to play it.
I should play that. I've been not playing that for a while. I could go 10, 10 2. I've been playing 14 a little bit here and there on the PC. This makes me want to play 14 because these numbers, like that's the same font as 14 numbers when you play.
Are we still in this little place? Like, where are we?
I hope I'm going this way. It's a great animation. Very, very.
That's how I run.
Very pulsy.
Hey, well, I said really cool of Rocco to do an almost 2-hour stream for the Matrix trailer. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Rocco from Mega City
That
4,
trailer was wild.
like went into detail about like what was in there and stuff because he's like hyper obsessed with that series and pretty cool to listen to. I haven't got all the way through it. I'm actually still listening to it.
That is the wildest weapon. It's like a whip. It's like a witch antler whip.
Yeah, I've never seen a weapon like that.
Yeah, I don't even know how to classify this.
Or is that like aren't those called like nine tails or cat tails? What are those called? Maybe that's what it is.
Well,
because doesn't have like 3 things.
A nine tails is like a whip that's got a bunch of different like individual strands with like glass and rocks at the end of them.
Yeah.
That is like 3 that are going out from the antlers.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know.
Maybe it's like a lassie version of the nine tails.
Or a pulse lassie.
Well, yeah, it's definitely got some pulse lassie
I'm getting
vibes.
some pulse lassie vibes from this girl.
I'm getting some pulsey vibes.
This girl's giving me pulsy vibes.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. AOI, what'd you think of the Matrix trailer?
That's definitely some pulsey
Some
vibes.
Dead Space vibes.
Did they put out a Dead Space trailer or was it screenshots?
It was like a little gameplay, like.
Oh, they
demo.
showed because I just saw like one screenshot and I thought it looked really good.
It was like a AOI confirm. It was like a little stream, and they did little pre-alpha gameplay.
Nice.
This is what happens when Lassie don't complete the focus the Fal'Cie gave him.
It's weird when you get to the point, and so like I was just like messing around, looking on Twitter, and I saw Knights of the Republic remake. The studio is hiring like project managers and project managers and like product managers to work on the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading the job description. I was like, I actually could apply for this and get this job. I'd have to move to Austin, Texas, but I was like, I can help them make sure they make that a good remake. And I was like, it's weird when you get to the point in your career where like you could help make a game that like remake a game that you love. It's like, wow.
You should sign up for. Oh, you'd have to move to Austin.
I'd have to move to
What
Austin.
the frick? You can do it over Zoom now. Nobody freaking.
That's kind of where I'm at with some of this stuff. Is like
Find one that's like remote and
Yeah.
say I'm gonna do that and I'm not moving to you.
Bungie was hiring remote, and then they were like, but when the pandemic's over, you got to come into Seattle. I was like, screw
But here's
off.
the thing, just
But, like,
I would if I were you, I
you
would
know,
just,
people are like, okay, sure, and then they won't do it, like for sure.
yeah, it's over. I also think like if they really like you,
Yeah,
like
they'll figure it out.
Like they'll let you.
You gotta leave.
You
Yeah.
can the power's in the worker's hands. You can say, nah, I'm gonna not do that.
Yeah.
Because I keep seeing people like,
Okay,
well, it's backfired at a lot of these places. Like we're coming back into the office, and then one person gets COVID, and it's like they're back off. So it's like nobody's coming back. We're not doing
Yeah.
it. Like it's over. Sorry.
I'm a big fan of in-person for like targeted kickoffs, targeted like we're gonna get together and like really strategize and get this thing set on the right tracks.
Yeah.
But then like go work in your own spaces, and then maybe you come back every now and then.
I will say so what was the position for Bungie? Was it a creative position or like a project
There were
management?
multiple, but there's project managers. One of them.
So I will say for some creative things, like if you're an artist or whatever, it is better probably to be in the vicinity and
Sure.
some stuff's going. I get that, and those people maybe should.
You're a project manager.
Figure out getting
as long
back.
as you can communicate and you know that's the whole job is being able to communicate with people well.
I'll be back.
Oh, we met back up with Snow here. AY says, I'm in love with it. The 3 Matrix movies are my favorite movies of all time. Awesome.
I really like the Matrix movies. I really liked the third one when I was young.
I can't remember the third one a lot, but I do remember the moments. Like, and I remember that final fight, and I remember like certain moments. But me and my wife rewatched the first one, and then we started the second one. We didn't finish it, but I like all 3 movies. Like, I'm of the opinion that I like all 3. That first one is classic. It stands on its own, but those other 2 are fun in that world, and they do some really gonzo things that are fun.
Did you play the game Path of Neo?
No, but I heard the games are actually lore.
That game, Path of Neo, rocks. That game is so much fun.
So one thing that Rocco mentioned in that little trailer or those videos he did.
Let's go.
In one of those games, it might be that one. One of the games, Morpheus gets killed in the video game. And in the trailer, it's not Morpheus.
Yeah.
So they're theorizing but they were very adamant when they made those games. They said all that's in here is lore. But he gets fricked up in the game. So people are thinking are you really holding your guns to a major movie that a PS2 video game? You know what I mean?
I bet it's coincidence because I just think Lawrence Fishburne's too old. It's to be in these movies. I think that they're doing it's definitely the trailer gave me a Force Awakens vibe.
Oh yeah, the online game. So an MMO, they might be continuing an MMO thing.
It's wild.
I don't know. We don't know yet. That'll be interesting to see.
But Path of Neo had such fun combat. I really like that game. I never played Enter the Matrix though.
Listen to me. When a person
All right, I
gets
say we
cursed by a
beat
foul
this
scene,
part,
they become
and then
more
we're
sick,
gonna pull up a
and they get given
couple
a focus, right?
Twisted Metal. What it was is when you beat the game with a character, you got their cutscene, their ending.
Okay.
If they
And
don't carry it out, we'll
Sweet
see in the
Tooth,
next
you know the clown guy.
Yeah.
In the first game, I think these are all from the first game.
What I'm saying is, if your sister's gone that far,
Once you
I
beat it, you go. Hey, we're going back to wishes
Might
with
still-
Wonder Woman we were talking about earlier.
how can I?
You got to whatever that character was got to have one wish. Or no, it wasn't Sweet Tooth. It was some other demon guy or boss guy, and everybody got if you won the tournament and beat the game with that character,
For life as a foul
you got to
scene.
see that character's wish.
Oh my gosh.
So every character had a different wish of what
That's
they really
kinda
wanted and
wild.
stuff, and he would grant that one wish, whatever you want.
I had no idea Twisted Metal had anything like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just an arcade game.
Just say it.
Travis, do you want to know the story of Matrix 4? I don't. I want to be surprised.
Is it leaked?
I think it leaked. I think it somebody leaked the whole thing.
People like
You
that
know,
started the purge in the first place.
I'll wait. I'd like to watch it and just take it as it is. It is interesting the story's leaked.
Yes, it was leaked. I want to wait and I want to see.
Because I am not a Matrix purist. I don't think there's anything that's going to do them and be oh, I don't like what they did. You know what I mean? They could pretty much go many directions.
I want to go in blind. I have heard from impressions from this. Is all I needed was, if you are really hyper into the Matrix, you're probably gonna have a really great time. If you are just kind of middle of the road, you might hate it. You might be kind of over it. But I'm in for some crazy.
AOI, maybe the best thing, if you know the story, is it worth rewatching the movies? And my favorite probably thing in the Matrix is the Animatrix. I really like the Animatrix, so I'm curious
I want to go back and
if it connects to any
I'm
of
going
that.
to watch all 3 of those movies. Maybe we'll talk about them on the podcast as we go up till we lead up to the December release?
Yeah. When does Dune come out?
I think October. No, it's December too. I think I'm correct. Hold on. Dune is October. No, I thought it just got moved. Maybe the Matrix got moved.
You know,
Matrix
hey,
is December 22nd.
You know someone's movie's about to come out when you see a headline. They think Marvel movies are all the same. Because that has been the past 5 people that have come out with a movie. One of them makes Marvel movies. James Gunn had Suicide Squad come out. He thinks Marvel movies are all the same. Freaking Dune is getting ready to come out. He said it.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that just did it the other day. It's every time a movie's about to come out, they go and it's the rapper thing. You call out the top dog.
Yep.
Who's making the most money, you call them out right before your album comes out.
AOI says, if you watch all 3 movies again, I have a big recommendation for it. What's the recommendation?
Yeah, what's the recommendation?
Watch them backwards.
Tenet.
And there's a hidden message.
Watch them with 3D glasses.
Watch them with a black overcoat and black sunglasses.
Take the red pill before you do it.
Go get some, what are those called? What are those called that are in the shape of a pill, those candies? What are those?
Who said candy cigarettes? Okay, please. Oh, Smarties.
No, they're gummies. They're almost like jelly beans. But they're like little skinnier.
Oh, ding dongs, little pills, little dildongs.
That's
What are they called?
dildongs. Yeah, that's it.
What are they called? They're Mike and Ike's.
Mike and Ike's, yeah. So, do we take the blue Mike and Ike or the red Mike and Ike?
We should get Mike and Ike's before that comes out.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get all the red ones out,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go up to where you get the ticket, and I'm gonna show that I have all a big pile, and I'm gonna go. I am taking the red pill.
Did you watch the Animatrix?
No, but my dad really loved them, and he told me a billion times to watch them.
You haven't seen the Animatrix?
I've not.
Oh, they're so good. You know what they are?
Yeah. They're like, aren't they individual stories from?
They're like little individual 10-minute short films.
Inside the.
And they're all different art styles.
Yeah, I never.
They're fantastic. Oh my gosh, you should.
All right,
watch
is there
it.
a save thing here?
Yeah, the first time I haven't seen a save thing in forever. Hold on.
Oh man.
Let's get through this.
Yeah, let's get through
gauntlet.
this. I think there's one right up there. We'll watch the Twisted Metal thing.
Dude, we should watch the Animatrix.
Yeah, we'll watch it. I don't think YouTube would really stream it.
We should do one Animatrix.
Twitch would be really on board for that. Dude, you can't even fart a tune without you being like taking.
We should just hold a controller up and act like we're playing it.
Yeah, we're playing it.
All right, AOI, we're listening. What's the deal?
He's typing up a big paragraph of that.
He is about to drop one on us.
I'm gonna use this recommendation to watch these 3 movies again.
I saw the first one recently with my wife again, but we didn't finish it, so I'll just do whatever he says to do. I thought 3 was fun. 2 is one of the last movies or first movies I remember ever seeing that genuinely had like a television style cliffhanger.
Yeah.
When you see that guy.
Well, they made both of those at the same time.
Did
2
they?
and 3 came out within a couple months, of like 5 months of each other. Yeah, they were making them at the same time.
I didn't know they released that close.
Yeah.
I think 2 is my least favorite. That whole like fighting the albino people on the highway thing was not my favorite.
Was that the second
set
one?
Piece.
Okay.
That was not my favorite.
But I
set
do
piece.
love. I think that's in 2 when they do the pole thing, and they remember he goes around the pole and fights all
That was good.
the Smiths. Okay. After all 3 movies came out and were being made ready for a DVD set, 2 philosophers were personally selected by the Wachowskis for an audio commentary on all 3 films. That audio commentary explains a lot because of this commentary. Matrix 2 and 3 became my second and third most beloved movies. Please watch the movies with the commentaries of these 2 philosophers if you have the chance. That is crazy. Cornell
Whoa.
West and Ken Wilber are their names.
Ken Wilber's one of my favorites. I'll do that. He did everything, the Brief History of Everything.
Oh.
I love that book.
Oh.
Have you read that?
I'm so stupid
Oh, I'm
that
doing
I
that.
thought when you said that the guy who made the history of Japan. Remember that?
Oh,
that
yeah.
That was little animation.
Oh no!
And they're gonna have the island.
No, a brief history of everything is a
Because
book.
he did do it. He did do it.
Yeah, no, that's like a YouTube video. Ken Wilber
like
is
like he's a philosopher.
he wrote a book that like connects like cells to like religion
Oh,
to
wow.
like space to atoms to like history
Oh,
to
that sounds awesome.
science. It's a really good book. Like he teaches you how to think of things as holons or like it's so
That
crazy.
sounds like a LaCie
Like
concept.
everything is a piece of a bigger whole, and how that goes all the way down to the atoms and all the way up to like organizations.
That's some Pulse LaCie stuff right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it that way because Ken Wilber.
Can we run past all these?
This is like Dark Souls.
Oh, okay, you gotta fight one. Oh my gosh. Now here is another point. Oh my gosh, it goes deeper.
It's not even over.
Next he's gonna say, now reread the history of everything and then watch the second movie backwards. Then you'll understand Neo. But no, I will do that. That's not
Is the Matrix? I mean, this is gonna sound very sacrilege. Is it extremely deep philosophically? I thought it was just kind of like mysterious.
Oh, it's extremely like.
I'm asleep
I
at the wheel
can't
here.
stop now.
Did you die?
Can you use like an item and get back up?
Did you lose all that progress? Where does it start you back at? Oh, at the battle. I forgot. Yeah, when you die, this
Man, nice.
that is another nice thing that Final Fantasy 13 did. And I think people crapped on like that they healed you and did this. It's like, nah, that's cleaning up what we should have done a long time
Yeah,
ago.
people just were not ready for good
Good
life.
quality games.
Maybe my only complaint so far, and even now we're fighting some new creatures, is a little bit of repetitiveness with your moves you can use, but like,
You got a heal.
I'm sure that stuff opens up. This is still kind of like the tutorial. I feel
Yes,
like.
I think you're still in like the tutorial phase because once you open up magic and abilities and the paradigms are a ginormous part of this game. Like I forgot the names of what they were.
I'm trying to stagger these fools, but it's not really working that well.
Saz is getting frecked up.
I appreciate it.
Blitz is just not.
Yeah, don't do blitz. Exactly. Oh, you better potion it up.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. You're special. You're beautiful. You're appreciated. Got the one. Better heal Saz for you. Daz.
It's pretty frenetic. Alright, let's go save.
Please give us the save point so we can watch this funny little video. Save point. Oh, cutscene.
Somebody's dead.
Just walk past them. Oh, this is Sarah.
Sarah.
Now I think Sarah is Lightning's
Have to
sister,
go. We have to leave before the army.
Oh.
but that's Snow's fiance.
That's a Pulse brand.
Just
That girl's overseas.
lightning.
That
moose.
girl's a LaCie.
I already told you that.
Pulse LaCie are the enemies of Cocoon.
Do not kill my sister, please.
So we should die?
Listen, if she fails her focus, you know how that'll end.
And killing her is a mercy?
You came.
Sarah!
Oh, everybody's joining back up.
Is he a Pulsey?
She's got the brand, dude.
My hero.
Hey, why is this in school? My grades in German were really bad. Well, on one day, I watched all 3 movies with that commentary for the first time, and the commentary blew my mind away. After that day, I've as much as I could of those ideals and the commentaries into my German class, and I've become
I'm not your
the
sister.
student with the best grades in German in my whole school. Even the principal asked me on the last day of school, about what has happened that my grades became so extraordinary good. That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
Do you have you ever had those moments like in a media or something that's like really affected you?
Safe cocoon?
Like
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that like spilled out into your real life.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Leave it to me. We'll see. I'll protect Cocoon. I'll save everyone.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
I'll make things right.
I mean, Ken Wilber is a super.
Thank you.
It's not that he's smart. I mean, he's smart, but he's very. I don't know, makes you think about things you don't normally think about through a different lens. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about science. I'm not a scientist. I'm not like.
I've got like games and like entertainment that's done that, but I'm right off the top of my. If we're talking books, you're talking that book and stuff. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Is like one book. It's like, oh, okay, like something like unlocked in my brain, like changed me.
Should turn into a Pulsey.
And when I finish this, I learned to just keep running straight. Just don't go left or right.
Well, that's how I like the Souls games. I've ran into those when I was in a very dark time.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Souls,
I
yeah.
did not have a good job. I was not done with school yet. I was living in my mom's basement, and I played Demon Souls. And like I had all these things in my life that were like stacked up against me, and like I was beating these bosses, and then like it kind of propelled me forward. Then when I got my first job, like my first big boy job where I had like an office, I was playing Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, and so there was a funny thing. It felt like I would pick up one of those games when I was going through something tough in life.
Yeah.
And it.
I think about Souls a lot because I know it might be like cliche, but sometimes something will happen in your life and you're like, frickin', you're so mad, but it's like, that's life. And Dark Souls is very similar in that like, you might lose all of your souls, from a stupid thing that just comes out of nowhere and your good run is ruined.
Yep.
And then you just, what do? You fight back to where you were and you keep going.
But it's
like,
never like a cheat that gets you better. Like you actually just have to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
I like that a lot about those games.
But I feel like that in life, like something might like come out and attack you. You weren't ready for. You had to learn the thing. And it's like, oh, you gotta fight your way back. And,
Yep.
like with my freaking hand, I cannot work out, and I was like getting so good at like lifting, like I was improving my weight. I'm back to zero. Like I can only do certain workouts and stuff. I cannot do a lot with my thumb, but I'm like, you know what? I'm working my way back up, I'm getting better. I'm gonna go past where I was. Like,
Yep.
so I look at life in the way of Souls games.
The target is almost in place. Surface team, what is your status?
So I also roll around things that challenge me. If I go to the BMV and they're like, oh, you forgot this document, I start rolling around. I do
Did that happen to
somersaults.
you?
I do somersaults around.
Did you go get your new license recently?
No, I'm just thinking like,
I went to go get a new license. I didn't remember to bring the forms of ID, and I needed a new license.
that happened to my wife recently.
I needed
so
a
that's why
new
I was like,
license. I needed a new one. Like I had to have it that day. So I just got the crappy one that doesn't let you fly. And I'm just gonna have to go back again and get another new
that
license.
sucks.
Yeah. It was $20 in 30 minutes of my time. I'll just have to go back. Pulse, we'll see. I'm trying to think if that's ever happened with movies. I mean, movies I think had a bigger impact on me when I was younger because I watched more movies, but now I'm older. I play more games.
I've got two major things that happened to me, and it was with Metal Gear Solid. Like when you get to see Cyborg Ninja taking like his already like that bloody hallway when you're walking up and stuff, and even that whole game in certain parts, but that part or whatever, and like people getting shot and stuff is like very serious. I played that game when I was 7 years old. I watched my dad play that. Like I was in first grade, but I just remember being like spooked of guns. Like I was like that because up to that point you just see it in cartoons and they're shooting and Bugs Bunny's shooting and he gets suit all over his face. You know what I mean? And like it's all funny, but that is like, oh shoot, that could kill someone.
Yeah.
Like that just made me respect guns. Like, hey, that's how that affected me. Like, you know, like don't frick around with these. Which I think was a good lesson for a kid to learn. Like in my little kid brain, I was like, I'm not gonna like frick around with those. Like,
Got some things to talk about.
but
You gonna ask it to help her? Are you
As far as affecting my life, I had stopped playing video games completely for 2-3 years, at least. And then, I don't know, I saw a trailer for Metal Gear Solid 5 in like 2012 or 13. It was one of the first trailers. I thought it looked so cool that I went to GameStop and I picked up Metal Gear Solid 2 for the remaster. and I played that, and it like got me so into games.
Yeah, that
again.
would be fun.
I didn't even play 1. I just played 2. I just went out and got Metal Gear Solid 2 because you couldn't play 1 on the 360.
Yeah.
And that definitely had a big impact because now like I do a lot of video games.
Oh, save thing. Oh my gosh. The
That was a long run. The let's save.
Save us
chapter
up.
3 yet? Okay.
Okay, get us out of this freaking game.
Press 1 to quit.
Okay, we are going to end this stream with
The Lassie.
the Lassie. We're going to look up what the Lassie is.
We'll see what we see.
We'll see what we will see. We are going to look up Twisted Metal 1 endings. Okay.
Maybe this will be the thing that changes my life.
This might this might be the form of media. Okay. Let me this over here. Okay. We might skip around here. I don't know if we're gonna watch all 18 minutes here, but these are crazy bad quality.
How many characters are there?
I don't know. We'll skip around to the ones I remember, but let's just watch this first one to get an idea. So you win the thing or whatever. I don't know what character's gonna be first, but oh, we might be taking off Twitch here.
Is that Carrot Top? Candy Cane. What's the clown's name?
As you know, Mr. K, you are now able to play any prize you request.
You just don't know. You don't know what it was like.
Okay, this is my favorite ending.
And we just and you and them. You don't know.
Look, I'm a bit confused, Mr. K. You do understand, by winning high octane, you are entitled to any request of any value.
This is wild.
Yes, you asked me for this?
Oh man, give me that. Give me.
A paperback? You can't be serious.
Is this his wish?
Yeah, paper bag.
Why do you want a paper bag?
Down, down. You get down the street.
This is so like ADR, like done after the fact in a sound booth. The audio, like his talking.
Would be easy. Do you know what they did? Do you? Now it's my turn. It's my world. It's my word. It's my turn. It's my day. Boom.
Oh my god. What even are these games? They're like race.
They're racing and they like
car
fight.
combat.
Yeah.
It's weird that they don't do Twisted Metal stuff anymore.
Okay, but here's a good quote coming up here.
Young lady, I owe you a debt of gratitude. You are welcome to stay in my realm for as long as you desire.
You guys are both sick. I'm getting out of here, and I'm taking your truck.
I always quote that.
Getting out of here.
You guys are sick. And I'm taking your truck too.
What a world.
We got the box.
70 miles.
Where do you have? Jesus! Pull up!
Were these games M?
I don't know what they were.
Actually, sir, I really wanted just another chance to drive.
My God, you killed everyone. Just so you don't drive like that. Nothing to gain. The way you took out your own son. Oh, that was one of the best kills I've seen in the last 10 years. It's hard to believe you're really the father of that psychotic clown in the ice cream truck. Your driving skills are vastly superior. Come now, Mr. King. You must want something.
Soon, as you can probably tell, I'm gonna pass along. I just wanted one more shot.
What if I told you there was no need to move on? No need to ever die?
What do you mean?
I have many abilities, Mr. Kane. Many powers.
I love the
You
90s.
are
Like,
a lucky man.
Well, just a second. I don't want this.
What do you, this guy, this old man, like, what do you think he think he was getting into?
Trust me.
dude, is this real? Is that like?
Oh, that's strange.
Oh, well, that's a...
The world
Drink the seed juice.
I need a driver. Someone to travel the world and search for new drivers for each year's competition. You'll never die. And you'll drive.
Is that Twisted
forever.
Metal?
What do you say, Mr. Kane?
Sounds good to me, baby.
That's the ending. Cool.
What a way to end it. There we go.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed Twisted Metal endings.
AY, everyone, take it easy. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back. I don't know if we'll be back next week. Crazy stuff's going on behind the scenes. Some
Exciting
Matrix
stuff.
level stuff. I'll just say that.
We're going to need 2 people commentating what happens next time we get together.
Yeah.
2 philosophers.
There might be philosophers talking about what we're doing. Who knows? But thank you guys for joining. Thank you, AOI, for the Matrix commentary.
I will watch it, what you recommended.
We will take the red pill on that. Thank you guys. See y'all next time.